Hi everyone, good afternoon on this rainy Ontario day. No better day to be inside and talking sports. Just want to thank everyone again who came by and bumped up my little subscriber count from 16 to 19. Thank you everyone, means a lot. Also, comment. Comments would help the most just for some feedback on what you guys think, what you guys want. If you guys have any ideas for videos or if you want me to do some ratings of players or teams, I'd be happy to do that. So we're going to get right into it, and we're going to talk about the last night's ALCS and NLCS again. A little bit different outcomes tonight. So exciting games to watch, and they're on again tonight. So we'll get right into it. Last night, the Dodgers took on the Braves, and the starting pitchers were for the Dodgers, Julio Urias, power left-hander, and Kyle Wright for the Braves. So they didn't go deep in the game, but they each did their job and kept themselves in the game, but Kyle Wright only did that up until the first inning because the Dodgers took an 11-0 lead in the first inning. So we'll get into the details about it. Right off the bat, the Dodgers showed off their speed. Mookie Betts beat out a ground ball to first base, and that's what pretty much got things going. And everyone on the Dodgers was, as I wrote, piping hot. I was keeping track of the game, and 11-0 in the first inning was crazy. Even when I saw it was like 7-8-0, I was like, this isn't really entertaining. But it ended up being pretty entertaining for the Dodgers, if you're a Dodgers fan. So Max Muncy had the bases loaded, hit a grand slam that went 435 feet. He's one of the guys that I really like because he was with the Oakland A's a few years ago and actually I'm pretty sure he was sent down to AAA. So Dodgers basically got him for nothing. I don't remember exactly how they got him, but he came in and basically helped them to the World Series in 2017. If you remember, like his home run that he hit late to walk it off in like 17th inning or something like that. It was 4 a.m. I remember I was watching that. So he's always a power threat. And then again, Mookie Betts got another hit. Will Smith got a hit. Corey Seager hit a home run, and Peterson got a 3-run home run. So floodgates were open right away. And there isn't much to talk about on the Braves side, honestly, except for that their rookie Pache hit his first MLB home run. Which, when I was watching, it was nice to see that even though they were down, I think, 12-0 at the time, his teammates still celebrated in the dugout with him and like respected that it was a big moment for him, which was cool to see. So, on to the next one. The Rays versus Astros. For the Tampa Bay Rays, they rolled out Tyler Glasnow, and they were trying to go for the kill tonight and advance the World Series. They didn't. So he had to face off against the veteran Zach Greinke, who has been great for Houston. He's been a little weird this year with his antics and telling the batter what he was going to throw. I don't know. He's a weird guy. But he pitched very well tonight. So starting off, Jose Altuve got another home run, his second in 2 days. And Randy Arozarena. We'll talk about him for a second. He's on the Rays, and he was acquired by the St. Louis Cardinals. And he wasn't expected to be much, more like a depth piece, but he's been hitting like moonshots and at the right times. That's the thing, in the playoffs you need to find those like unsung heroes, and he's been one of them. And it looks like when they pan over to the Braves dugout and everything, the Rays dugout, they're having a really good time with him, and they're making signs and everything for him, and they're really pumping him up and hyping him up. So, and then George Springer hit his first home run of the championship series, which it's nice to hit a homer, but one of your integral players and home run hitters just hit his first one in the 4th game of the series, which you're looking at that, and maybe that's one of the reasons why Houston is down 3-1 right now. So number 4, Zach Greinke gets out of a bases-loaded jam. He easily could have been a spot where the Rays took advantage because, in hindsight, at the end of the game, they got really close, and we'll get to that in a second. But Greinke, being the veteran that he is, got out of the inning. So, fun to see difference between control and power pitchers because when, the guy's just trying to throw 100 or something, he's trying to get it, and if he doesn't locate it, can get hit out. But Greinke's he's a guy who tries to keep it low, slow it down, change speeds, because he doesn't have the velocity that he used to have. Number 5, the reliever for the Houston Astros, Javier, went in, and I didn't know much about him, but apparently he's a really good piece of the bullpen, and he has really nice stuff. Like, got a couple guys out looking silly on his curveball and slider. Yeah, he got 6 of 7 retired over 2 innings of work. So, and for the Rays side, their bullpen, Jose Alvarado came back. And he's a very similar pitcher to Diego Castillo, who I, again, told you he was one of my favorites. But Jose Alvarado is too, because they're very similar. They're like power fastball, power sinker. Like, basically like carbon copies of each other. And I wouldn't be surprised if they work off each other. So he came in, got his work done, got a guy looking for 100 down the middle. And, again, the catcher for the Rays, who doesn't hit much, but seems to be hitting in big spots, Mike Zunino, right at the right time in the 9th inning, got it to 4-3 with an RBI double. And almost tying the game, Yoshi Tsutsugo, he flew out to George Springer, and that ended the game. So they force a Game 5, and it's going to be difficult. But, they have the talent. I could see them maybe bringing this to 6. I would never say never with it being to 7th and if them winning it or anything, but history shows that it's never happened. But if you're a fan of the Houston Astros, you're not going to give up on your team, right? So we do have a little bit more NHL news than yesterday, which is nice. And I'm wearing my Leafs jersey because there's one piece of kind of Leafs news. So for not Leafs news yet, NHL news, Joe Thornton is preparing for next NHL season. He doesn't know where he's going to play. I mean, likely he's probably going to return to the Sharks again. He's 41 years old, and he's still serviceable. He can still put up a lot of assists. He's still a big piece of a San Jose team in the playoffs for morale and giving the young players confidence and teaching them how to be a pro. So he's going to go play for HC Davos in the Swiss National League, and he's just training with them until the season starts. So he wants to get his reps in, make sure he's fresh for January 1st, if that's when it's going to start. And he has played for Davos for the past 2 lockouts, so that would have been 2004 and 2012-13 season. The Davos organization over there is familiar with him, and they welcomed him back with open arms right away. So, and last night when I was recording again, more news came out. Brendan Gallagher, Montreal Canadiens, they signed him to a 6-year, $39 million extension. I believe it's 6.5 annually, which you can think what you think of that. I mean, Brendan Gallagher, $6.5 million. Is that just what players are worth these days? Is it, a lot of players are getting almost $13 million. So they look at it and say, well, I can get at least a piece of that, just trying to secure their future. And so the one piece of Leafs news, which isn't actually from the Toronto Maple Leafs themselves, it's from the Toronto Marlies. I'm holding a Mitch Marner, Tim Hortons stick. I'll show you this later again. So Rich Clune, you might not know the name, you probably remember it if you watched the Leafs between 2014 and 2016. He was just signed to a 1-year extension on an AHL-only contract, so he can't get called up or anything like that. But why I have him on the board is because he, again, was a fan favorite to when, Mitch Marner came into the league, William Nylander, and even the year before Matthews came in. And that was when Marner was in training camp. I don't think he made the team that year, but Clune was always there, and he was showing them how to be, good people and good players. And that's what you heard a lot from him. And there's a reason why, even though he's never going to be back on the Leafs by any chance, most likely, they want him down on the Marlies with younger players that aren't in the NHL, but mentoring, because he's been through everything. He's been to playoffs in the NHL. He's won an AHL championship with a lot of the young players that are now on the Toronto Maple Leafs, and some of them that are still hanging around the AHL. So he's an enforcer, obviously, but it's nice to have those people in your organization. you can't put value on like mentorship, like true mentorship. So I am going to be uploading again later today. I am working on and have already written down all the prospects that the Leafs have drafted. Pretty much just working on the pronunciation of all the Russian names, but I'll have that up later today. So I will see you later. Thanks again for stopping by. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you.